Well, welcome everyone. Today I want to talk about a new app that recently came into my teaching, and that is this app of Explain Everything. Explain Everything is an interactive whiteboard app. Some other iPad apps that do similar things are Show Me, Doceri, Educreations, but today we're going to focus on Explain Everything. Explain Everything is not a free app. It currently costs $2.99 in the Apple App Store. But a lot of the things that we're going to do today and Explain Everything can be done in Show Me and Doceri, which are currently free. So when you open up Explain Everything, you come up to the main menu. On the main menu, you automatically see different projects that you or your students have worked on in the past. But we're going to start today with kind of this top menu bar. All the way over to the left, the plus button is if you wanted to create a brand new presentation from scratch. The second button over is if you wanted to start a presentation from a picture that you have currently in your photo stream. And this third button over is if you want to upload a video to, let's say, YouTube or Google Drive or Dropbox, which we'll talk about in a little bit. In the far right of your screen, you have your settings menu and then some information that we'll talk about near the end of the video. Explain Everything is a pretty cool app that you can do a lot of different things with. Today I'm going to focus on on a lesson. If you were, as a teacher, wanting to do a screencast of a lesson that you were doing. There are a lot of things you can do with an interactive whiteboard app. Today we're going to look at if a teacher wanted to create a lesson. Hopefully, if I can figure it out, I'm going to put a link down right in here in the video to a website that I found that talks about 20 cool things you can do with interactive whiteboard app. This PDF talks about not just Explain Everything, but a lot of other interactive whiteboard apps, some that are free, some that are not, but a lot of things that these interactive whiteboard apps do. So for today we're going to go in and we're going to click the top plus arrow and we're going to create a new presentation. When you create a new presentation, you get these color templates that pop up. Now you can change these colors once you're in to your presentation, but for today we're just going to click this black one. Now to kind of talk about the different features that Explain Everything has, I'm going to create a lesson for my third graders as if I was going to talk about the order of the planets in the solar system. So the first things we're going to look at is this menu bar down the left hand side. Now at the top of the menu bar is the hand. The hand is used to grab objects, which we don't have yet because we don't have anything on the board. The second one down is the pen. Now the pen is the function that's used almost all the time. If you click on the pen function, up pops different preferences for the pen. So I can change the thickness of my pen, but I can also down here change the color. Right now my color is selected to white, but if I click on the white, I have all these different color options that pop up. So we're going to switch to yellow for today. So with my pen function selected, I can just go ahead and with my finger draw anything that I choose. I can then click my hand. I can drag that around, make it smaller, make it bigger. Really, I can do anything I want. And just like if you are familiar with Prezi has an infinite space, so does Explain Everything. Now moving down this menu bar, we come to our next function. Now within this function, you can import arrows, you can do boxes, different shapes for whatever presentation that you are working on. The next one down, the A, is actually your text function. So if I click my text function, just click anywhere on the screen, I can start typing. So we're going to do the solar system. Now I can change the color of that by still selecting different colors down here, but we'll just stick with yellow for now. Now one of the most important functions in Explain Everything is this plus. Now this plus is where I can add video onto my presentation, where I can add pictures onto my presentation, or even a web browser. So today we're going to focus on a picture, but before I do that, I kind of want to clear up some clutter that I have on my presentation. So now to get rid of some of these objects on the board, if I no longer want them, I want to go over to the menu bar and click the red X. Now once I have the red X highlighted, I can click on the different things on the board, click the red X, and then I can delete them. Now that my presentation is ready to kind of start taking shape, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to import some pictures. Now the import function all goes off of the iPad's camera roll. So I'm going to go down here to new, or not to new picture, I'm going to go up to existing photo or video because I've already put some stuff in my camera roll. I'm going to click on my camera roll, and you know what, I'm going to go over and I'm going to click this picture right down here of the solar system. Now that this picture is in this edit image bar, I can go ahead and edit it any way I like. I can rotate it, I can make it smaller, bigger. But on the top menu bar, there's a couple different things I can do. If I hit this one, it allows me to just rotate it 90 degrees. The next one over is a lasso function. So if I say only wanted this bit of my picture, I can just select that bit of my picture. But you know, that's not what I wanted, so I'm going to undo that. The next one that we kind of skipped was the crop, and just like photo editing, you can crop your picture. But you know what, I kind of want this whole picture, and so I'm going to insert this whole picture by clicking done, and now I have this image in my presentation. Now for my lesson today, I kind of wanted that as my background, so to create this and as my background so it doesn't move around, I'm going to go over to my menu bar again and hit my information button. Now with my information button selected, I can click on my image, and then I'm going to go over to it and say set as background. That's going to lock that image in place, and whenever I pan and zoom, that image is going to stay right there. Now moving down the menu bar, we have your back, your edit or your undo, and then we have, this is the pan and zoom function. And so if I click on my pan and zoom function, that allows me to go out and in, but you can see that the background stays the same. Now the one that we did miss is the laser pointer function. Now this is a really fun one. Now as I'm talking to you here, it's probably hard to see what I'm looking at, but with this laser pointer function selected, if I double tap it, I can click all these different laser pointers. I can even do a Star Wars lightsaber, but today we're just going to do the laser pointer. And so as my finger stays on the screen, I can highlight the different things in my lesson that I want to show. So if I want to talk about the solar system, the first thing I need to do is insert my picture of the sun. So I'm going to go back up to the add button. I'm going to go to existing. In my camera roll, there's my sun that I want. Now I'm going to use this lasso function because I don't want to insert the whole picture. I just want to insert the part of the sun. So I'm going to click lasso, and then I'm just going to run my finger around the outside eye of the sun. Click done, and now I have my sun. And so I'm going to go done again. And now I'm going to, with my finger selected, I can make it smaller or bigger, but I'm going to move this off to the side. And I'm just going to leave that right there. I could just quickly label the sun as such. Go up to my add button, existing, scroll over and click on my picture of Mercury, and I'm going to do the same lasso function. Try to follow the line. And now, this lesson isn't necessarily to talk about the different scale, but just more of the order. But now I'm going to click my text function, but before I do that, I actually want to change the color because black's not going to show up really well. So we can do white. I'm going to click over Mercury and just type in its name. So now if I click on the pan and zoom button right down here, I can zoom out. Now I would encourage you to look into this information tab more. There's a lot more things you can do. Like you could have the planets rotate around the sun, for an example. You can work on different arrangements, and you can even, through the lock function, have things locked in place. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is exporting your file. Now, a lot of students like to export theirs as a presentation, or you can export this as a movie. Now, if you wanted to make this a multi-slide show, you can go down to the bottom and click the plus, and that'll just bring up another page, and you can do the whole process again and have another slide in your presentation. But we're going to go back up to the one that we made. Once you're ready to export your presentation or video, whatever you do, you can go down to the Save tab. We're going to save this real quick and just call it the solar system. Save it. I'm going to go to my Home tab. I'm going to go up top to my Export function, and I'm going to click. You could have your students save it to the camera roll. I'm going to go to the More. In my class is set up with a Google Drive account, so they know to go down, click on Google Drive, they export it, and it goes right to their Google Drive where then they can turn it into me on Google Classroom. Back on the main home page, and if you go up top to the gear, you can mess around with export functions, record functions, and the different accounts. This is where my students set up their Google Drive with their Google Classroom account. And if you still need extra help with Explain Everything, you can go up to the top and you can go to the Welcome Guide. They have a lot of great video tutorials on the Explain Everything website. Thank you for watching. Bye.